All right. I hang on. Let me monitor some stuff in the background. All right. Okay. Let me put some perspective. If the stream has gone back to a certain level of sanity, let me put in perspective what I have been trying to say on the first two attempts on the stream before it went full scuff. Um, so yeah, many of my friends, my closest friends, have never seen me without a hat, without a cap. Because every time when I meet them, taking pictures with them, even on stream, most of you have never seen me like this. The only other people that knows of my condition, my problems, are my family members. So yeah, I have been dealing with male pattern baldness for nearly 2 decades of my life. I've been having this problem since I was like 23, 24, something like that. And I've been wearing caps, using all sorts of hair products to cover up my issues. So I've been ranting about my hair problems on the previous stream. Like, yeah, I know the stream was getting like scuff and all that. Like I really apologize. Like, I am very thankful that the chat early on was still sticking around, even though the stream was having problems and me pouring out like whatever emotions I have. Like, yeah, like I said, like early on, to those who were here earlier, like I said in the streams, like I had enough with hair dictating my life. Thank you. I feel happy. I feel liberated. Like I had enough of like how like my hair, my receding hairline, my male pattern baldness was dictating my life. Like I had enough of it. I had enough like the amount of energy I had to put through to covering up like how I look, like trying to make sure nobody knows of my little secret, which is a receding hairline. Like the amount of energy being put through trying to make sure nobody finds out is very it's exhausting. It's exhausting to go to places, and if I'm not wearing a hat, like I'm like, you know, in a hairstyle in a certain way, and then people coming up, hey, you're losing hair. Like it is exhausting. Like I had enough of it. I had enough of it. I'm very thankful that I found Bald Cafe on YouTube. Harry has done a tremendous job. He has done a great job, to dedicating his efforts, his life, his time, you know, to tell guys it is okay to be bald. It is okay to accept your baldness and embrace that bald life. I can, yeah, I mean, of course I can. That's Rastakas. Um, but not many people understand like the psychological effects that, I mean, especially like the thing that I was going through. Not a lot of people understand. Like, I mean, people will be like, it's just hair. Yeah, I mean, like, wait, let me get back on YouTube. Like, not a lot of people understand the amount of effort and psychological stuff that happens. That me trying to tell, like, put on that facade like everything's okay. Like, let me get back into my history. Let me, yeah, there we go.
I feel like
Okay, like the stuff that has been said in this video, like if people don't understand, like this is basically it. Thank goodness I found this man's channel that, like, he is a godsend, right? So let me shift this over. Let me shift this to the other side. All right. Let me put it this way.
Going on. Mentally, it is so exhausting. You know, the different things. Reality was having all the long hairs and tying them up in the middle. He could kind of.
I was going through this. Like this guy has it even more worse, and he's younger than me. I think at this point in the video, this gentleman with a receding hairline, I think he's in his 20s, mid 20s. Like he's a Instagram influencer and all that. He was rocking a man bun. He did a phenomenal job covering up to making sure that no one finds out. And he was rocking a man bun, and he was having this problem. Like I still have like certain amount of like baby hair in the middle, like my center part. Like I was going through, like I look like it, you know, like I look like it. Like this guy was having problems, like major problems. So that is why I am so thankful that I found Bald Cafe on YouTube. Just hear the things that he said.
Crazy how well he was hiding that.
Get ready for Shopee
Oh my
5
god.
flash sale.
Fuck you, Shopee. Hang on.
I guess people, they get good at it, right? Having all the long hairs and tying them up in the middle, he could kind of keep those strands over the top there. And he did a really good job of hiding it. That's another important point that I want to elaborate in a minute. This thing, in fact, I'll do it now, right? He was hiding it really well, and someone might say it looked fine, right? So, and it did. It looked good, right? So when he had it up like this and tied up, it looked good, right? You check his Instagram pictures and stuff like that. This is obviously hasn't just happened in the last 3 months, but I guess just the kind of not showing that reality was eating away at him to an extent, you know?
You heard what he said?
I guess just the kind of not showing that reality was eating away at him.
Not showing his reality was eating away at him. I cannot emphasize on how much I understand how that feels. That.
To an extent, you know? And it got to a point where he needed to do something about it, which is this video. But it brings up this wider discussion. You see a lot of comments like this on my videos sometimes, where someone will see a person who's doing what they are doing to cover the real situation, whether it's the hair fibers, whether it's hats, whether it's certain hairstyles, right? And you'll see someone say like, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, you could have just got the sides taken down to like a grade 1 and it would have made the top look a little bit fuller. And that's the thing. It's the thing of how exhausting it is to keep up that facade, I guess. How exhausting it is to keep up appearances, right? Or to try and keep the appearance like nothing's going on. Mentally, it is so exhausting, you know, the different things that go into it. Not only the routine, the time, but also that thing of, is the reality going to be revealed? It just eats away at you, and eventually it leads to this. Now, again, Danny here, he had to kind of go through that experience to get to the bit at the end where you're going to see in this video. But it's a really key thing to remember, right? It's like someone might see another guy, how the methods they're using to conceal the hair loss and say, it looked fine, you know? Or someone might have a receding hairline that in their eyes isn't that receded, and it's like, oh, but it looked fine though. Well, another couple of years it looked fine. But you got to remember how much energy goes into dealing with something like that, and covering it up from people seeing the real like situation, like I've said already, you know. It's just a really key point to remember about all of this, you know, just how mentally exhausting it can be to use these different methods to try and conceal hair loss.
This is how bad it is. Pretty bad, I would say, you know? And it goes back till, I mean, I still feel like there's not much hair here. I'm so happy if this shit is completely off. I don't care if I look like an alien or Megamind, I'm gonna be the prettiest Megamind there is.
I mean, you can already tell this is gonna feel so, like, much better, right?
gonna look so ugly.
That was a key point, right? That is how it kind of, for a lot of people, that's how it goes. That final thing, like, oh, it's going to look terrible. It's going to look so bad. Like, what I'm going to do. And you can see he's just super putting it off, right? Because it's still, as much as you want to do it, it's still a big thing to actually go for it.
Like,
Finished.
it's
I know.
it's mentally very exhausting, you know.
He's like, yeah.
Even treatment is that.
But it does work. Slowly but steady. Me. Fuck my life. What? Oh my god.
Bruh.
Oh my god. It is what it is. I don't know. It's actually so deliberating. I actually feel funny. It's so crazy how hair used to be like my biggest struggle ever. Last couple of years in school, I literally every single day wear hats and caps. Every day. Because I was so ashamed of how it looked. All of this is transplanted.
Now he's going for it. It's getting real now. See it out. See it out.
I see now where, you know.
So you obviously had it transplanted here at the start when he was younger. Whether he didn't keep up with the treatments or
This
what,
guy
I'm not
had
100%
hair transplant
sure.
when he was
And obviously
19.
It fell out, you know, at the back also.
Thing is, it feels really relieving.
Okay, this is why I'm sharing this video
This
for
is
this
crazy.
bit.
Like, okay.
I feel like,
swear by God, I already feel so much
Yeah.
better.
I feel like the relief is
Just
already
who
setting in.
cares, you know? Who f***ing cares
For
what
real.
I look like? This is crazy. I can actually like feel my
This
my
guy is
head,
from
you
Germany.
know?
Look at the difference in
But
this
you know
dude
what's
already.
the saddest part? This whole year, I wasn't as happy as I am today. Like literally, I wasn't laughing as much as I am today. It actually really worked fine. I'm not losing hair anymore because I have none. All in all, it's changed my life. I already feel happier. You know, this is so sad, but I literally feel happier like this. I think this is what we're all striving for, right?
So yeah, that's that. Like, yeah, like, you know, initially I was very, wow, I got two bots. Wait, hang on, let me. Wow, wow, the bots are coming in droves, man. All right, hang on, what is happening? Thank you, Mr. Roworks. You did it quicker than I did. I appreciate you. Thank you. Lord, there was like 3 bots in one go. Wow. What was going on there? So yeah. I was actually quite nervous though before I went live. The fact that I had to deal with Twitch having problems or my internet, whatever, man. Like, I can see now the stream has gone back to some level of sanity. Yeah, I was actually quite nervous though. I was actually quite nervous. This is botak, not bots tak. Lol. Yeah, I was before I went live. I was actually quite nervous though. I was quite nervous on how I want to relay my message, thinking about like what the chat would think about me. Yeah, it was still running in my head though. Because like basically my entire image for the last 2 decades or so has always been me in a cap, in a hat. You know, even my logo that was like nicely done by Rockworks and Alex Town with their combined efforts. Like, look at that. Am I not in a cap? Like, my whole entire image throughout my life is something that covers my head. Aku tak ada kepala, macam mana macam. So yeah lah, like, yeah, I cannot emphasize on how much I appreciate y'all. You know, you all accept me as how I am, as how it is. You know, like, yeah, like I said, like, I've never been really surrounded by people who told me that it's okay. You know, it's okay to be you. It's okay to look in a certain way. I've always been surrounded by voices of like, you need to be this, you need to be that, you need to live up at a certain standard, yada yada yada. You know, no one has really ever told me that it's okay to be you, it's okay to have problems. Like, yeah, like, you know, when you're young in school, you know, you try to do that, not really like skinhead look, you know, for a teacher to tell me, are you sick? You know, stuff like that, like stays with me for a long time. That psyche, you know, like if your friends and your classmates, like, you know, make fun of you, you know, it's like a joking thing. But there's somebody who's supposed to be teaching you about education and values to tell you and judge you in front of everybody else. Are you sick? Do you have a problem? Like, why are you? Yeah. So, hey, Static, like, thank you. I appreciate you. Like, I feel liberated, you know. Like, I hated how I look. Like, I hated myself for how less I feel about myself, you know. Like, that very thinking about like how I hate about myself, like if I were to be in another relationship, like would the significant other like love me knowing that I have this problem? You know, all these mental blocks that I have, you know. And I feel free. You know, I feel liberating. I'm going through a phase, like I've been decluttering a lot of stuff in my life right now. And having this as part of that decluttering, like I really threw away this prison I put myself in. You know, I've been like shifting stuff, throwing stuff out, like the things that I don't need in my life. Like this is one of the things I don't need in my life, hair, like hair controlling how I feel about myself. Like enough, you know. Kami sayang awak. Pete, I don't know. I don't know if you use Google Translate or you texted somebody there, but thumbs up, man. Thank you. So yeah, that is the stream. Like a chunk of the majority of the stream of me confessing that I have male pattern baldness. And I tell you, to the shock of my family members, they be like, yeah. Like I was, yeah. It took me a long time, you know, to like I don't love myself. That's the problem. Like people say about like self love and all that. Like, I don't love myself. That's the problem I have. Like I concern about other people's well being. Like I really don't care about myself. Get a week off. I wish I can. I wish I could like tell work I need to take a week off, but yeah, I don't want to talk about work right now. So yeah, that's the problem I have. Is that I don't love myself. I don't see I don't see the value in myself. But yeah, with me letting go of this, I feel I have a grip on in controlling my life finally. And I'm at that phase of like I really don't care about what other people think anymore. Like if you got opinions, yeah, sure. If you catch me on a wrong day, hey, get ready, man. Something's coming. So yeah, I'm at that stage. You know, I think when I was like younger, I care too much about like what people think of I care too much about people's opinion about me. Like Yeah, I was that self-conscious, I guess. But, well, getting away with my hair, painless potato. Thank you for the new follow. I appreciate you. Thank you. Just got a load off from my chest on confessing about my problems, but you know, letting go of my hair now. I'm just gonna grow some kind of goatee or something. I don't know how well I'm gonna grow. I don't know if I can grow a beard. I gotta maybe ask like Fias on some like ointments to put on my face and grow some beard. Like we have discussed this several times before, probably over my place. It's at that age, like fuck it, move on, don't waste time. Selfish is good. Yeah, I mean it's true. Like like I mean at this phase and age, like we used to be in our own prisons about like what others think. We used to be like putting ourselves in a position like needless overthinking about like what other people think, like and all that. Like I had enough like of that way of living my life. Like fuck it, you know. I'm just gonna live my life the way I want it, you know. And yeah, finally having that sense of control. Like I letting go of my hair was so liberating that I finally like all of my insecurities went away. Like that day when I was like shaving my head, I was like using the clipper shaving, and then I was there for a few seconds looking at myself. Then I said like, okay, I'm gonna take a razor and I'm gonna go clean. All like it felt weird. It felt funny because I did it for the first time. I never shaved my hair like clean like this. And then the moment came in, like I felt I felt that I shaved away all my insecurities and it went down the pipe. It was so liberating. I felt free. I was like looking at myself, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do this. Right? If we're gonna live life for don't know how many more years, you know, if I'm able to live the next like few years like be happy, like why not, right? And if it takes me shaving my head, let's do it. And all that insecurity just left. And me going through a very scuffed stream early on had to restart like 3 times with the chat being so supportive, and the stream was freezing, buffering, and I don't know what else, you know, like like you know what? If I felt liberated by shaving my head a few days ago, and me confessing to all of you whom are within the same country, who are not new follows and all that, asking for the tribal flute still, you know, me like when I started stream, when I started the first stream, even though it was scuffed as fuck, I was you know, I was in this beanie, you know, trying not to reveal myself, and then I did this. It was a slow start. It was a slow start, and then slowly trying to explain myself, even though the stream was lagging and all that. Now I'm at this point like I have explained myself why what I did, what I was going through and all that. I feel I feel even more free. Like I couldn't be even more happier. Like you all have listened to me. You all have understood. You all have like you all are the people that I should have surrounded with many years ago, like telling me it's okay. If I had people like you 15, 20 years, 30 years ago to tell me that it's okay to be me, that it's okay to have problems and accept who you are, I think I would have done this years ago. I would have been a much happier person then. But I appreciate that it happened now, so that I can learn more about myself, right? Like it's like a character building in an RPG game. Like, you know, if it didn't happen then, it happened now. Like, I couldn't appreciate that it happened, like yeah, you know.